Here at Warwick Ballroom on February 21st, the age-old question was asked, is abortion morally wrong? Our personal question is, however, who's still arguing about abortion and women's reproductive rights? Well, this time, as usual, it's an argument between two men. Because what would a woman know about her own reproductive rights and what's good or bad for it?
I'm Thomas Kohler.
And I'm Jake Aldridge. Let's take a look at what went down at the abortion debate.
In the left corner, we have Dr. Willie Parker, a member of the Board of Physicians for Reproductive Health. Dr. Parker is a supporter for pro-choice, yet claims to be a religious man. He says that he is never opposed to abortion, but his own beliefs made him unwilling to perform the operation himself for some time until he fully understood the process and its effects on his female patients. He is also noted to regularly visit, in his words, the last place a woman can receive an abortion in Mississippi every year or so. He has worked at 8 abortion clinics and around the U.S. and is a former medical director at Planned Parenthood in D.C. No matter what side you're on, any sane man willing to visit Mississippi for any kind of reason has earned my respect.
In the right corner, we have Dr. Mike Adams. A conservative political columnist, Dr. Mike Adams is leading the argument for pro-life tonight and is also a professor here at UNCW. There's probably something to say about pro-life being championed by a middle-aged white man, but Dr. Willie Parker doesn't appear to be a woman either. However, Adams has a degree in psychology and criminology, and different controversies throughout his career have landed him interviews with former Fox News anchors Bill O'Reilly and Megyn Kelly. He's also the author of many books with very long and very similar sounding names, such as Letters to a Young Progressive, How to Avoid Wasting Your Time Protesting Things You Don't Understand. Who do you think will win the debate? Professor Adams began the debate by taking the stance that ultimately abortion kills an innocent human being and therefore is morally and ethically wrong. He references his own religion often to credit his beliefs on the morality of the subject. He then elaborates on the embryology of when and how fetuses develop. Adams explained that life begins at conception and that all life deserves the right to live and no one should have the power to take that away. Take a look.
That abortion does, in fact, intentionally kill an innocent human being. And my conclusion is that, therefore, abortion is wrong. And to answer that question, we don't go to the Bible, we don't go to secular philosophy, we actually go to the science of embryology to decide when life begins. Let me quote from some embryology textbooks. Moore and Prasad, in their embryology textbook, say, a zygote is the beginning of a new human being. Human development begins at fertilization.
Dr. Willie Parker began his rebuttal by saying that the most important part of the debate was not to necessarily agree with one another on the issue, but to understand the motives of one another. He then explained that while he agrees abortion purposefully ends the life of a fetus, it also saves the life of the mother in most cases, whether she is unable to support the child physically, emotionally, or financially. Dr. Parker reiterates that Professor Adams never once mentioned a person, but instead said human being. He says that his utmost duty is to his patients and their well-being. He goes on to say that he trusts the women he encounters in this line of work to make the decision for themselves, and he is there to help them in any possible way. Take a look.
I said I took the invitation to be here tonight is to understand, because my motto in life is first seek to understand and then to be understood. And in order to achieve that, I think if we're going to understand each other on an issue as volatile, contentious, and as important as abortion, we have to listen to each other. So it is the notion that something as personal as reproduction that occurs in the body of a woman. As I said, Dr. Adams talked about human beings, but he never once mentioned person, the personhood of a woman. And if we establish personhood, nobody would argue that a woman's a person. And by the law standard, personhood is established at birth, right? So women, without question, are people. But from the standpoint of the law, if personhood starts at birth, it's not, given that it's not debatable about whether or not a woman's a person, the question is, when is she not a person?
Well, there you have it, folks. Not so surprisingly, the age-old question is yet to be answered. We hope you enjoyed our debate coverage. Has your opinion been changed by these two orators? What do you think about their arguments? Let us know in the comments. For more information on the debate, check out our campus newspaper, The Seahawk, or tune into TealTV's Seahawk Central News. Thanks for tuning into With the Facts, and we'll see you next time.